Hi guys, it's Kate again, and I'm back to talk about, or follow up on my vlog about The Devil Wears Prada. So following up with my thesis, how have women's stereotypes developed over the past decade? How are these ideologies portrayed in The Devil Wears Prada? And why are women expected so much from society? And why/how does it continue to be promoted? The star of the movie demonstrates the power of women by casting two females as the main characters. However, as we watch deeper into the film's exploration of gender roles and stereotypes, it is clear that the movie reinforces the common idealization of women, one that states women must provide for men and be attractive to be socially acceptable. The audience's lack of the industry knowledge in the fashion world allows the movie to provide the insight on what actually goes on for the character roles or with the character roles and the work environment. On first impression, the movie depicts the fashion industry as being filled with women in successful positions. The movie also conveys that career-oriented women can't please her man. Andy fights with her boyfriend, Nate, and the fighting becomes more intense as she becomes successful at work. Nate won't even talk to her because of this, which shows that she is not living up to his expectations because she is succeeding by herself. When Andy told Nigel, who is her co-worker, her personal life was falling apart, he replied, "That's what happens when you start doing well at work, and let me know when your life goes up in flames. That means you're ready for a promotion."
Well, join the club. That's what happens when you start doing well at work, darling. Let me know when your whole life goes up in smoke. When is this time for a promotion?
This sentiment is reflected by Miranda's husband pushing for divorce and Andy asking Nate to take a break before she goes to Paris for work. Every friend in Andy's social circle does not like her career, which forces the audience to believe an abnormal career isn't the right path for women. She eventually quits her job when she goes back to her friend group's ways, which proves to the audience that women cannot hold a successful job like that. This relates to my thesis by stating how women's inequality is promoted because they are expected to succeed to the man or give to the man before succeeding for themselves. I found details in one of my secondary sources that kind of followed up on what I've been learning, and it stated throughout history women have had very different experiences at different times. Some past societies have women who are warriors, powerful priestesses, and political leaders, and other times the strict expectations have been placed on women, with male writers portraying them as inferior to men. This shows how the freedom for women has not always been so open and allowing for everyone. The Devil Wears Prada portrays that area of grayness where full equality has not been reached and shows the dark side of women trying to be successful and what comes with it. Another quote says, "While full equality hasn't been reached yet, it is now natural to see female politicians, doctors, business leaders, and writers." This relates to my primary source because it depicts how women have grown with equality but has not been fully achieved, especially in this fashion industry that is portrayed as such an open industry. My next article that I unpacked was much different from my first one. The website focused around the corrupt fashion industry and how it deteriorates women's lives who are involved in it. In The Devil Wears Prada, Miranda's boss, Miranda Priestley, said, "I said to myself, go ahead, take a chance, hire the smart fat girl. I had hope. My God, I live on it. Anyway, you ended up disappointing me more than any of my other silly girls."
I said to myself, go ahead, take a chance, hire the smart fat girl. I had hope. My God, I live on it. Anyway, you ended up disappointing me more than any of the other silly girls.
This relates to things that happen in the real world, which is often overlooked. My source, CNN Money, even stated, "There is this culture that comes from the agency that you are disposable and you are lucky to be here," said former model Meredith Hatton. "It's a toxic power dynamic and it starts from the top." And this relates to everything because it shows how it's not easy and it's not pretty, and you are judged no matter what you do, and if anybody wants you to be gone, they'll make sure you're gone. The next scene I found very interesting when the main character Andy said she's not happy unless everyone around her is panicked, nauseous, or suicidal, which once again portrays the ugly side of the industry and how society has promoted these stereotypes by even making the industry energy draining, and obviously it promotes mental health problems and issues. So the next quote that I found said, meanwhile in California, a lawmaker has introduced legislation that advocates say would provide the strongest labor protections in the industry so far. The bill would require models to be treated as employees among a variety of other labor, health, and safety-related regulations. It is expected to be voted on by the legislature later this year. But the industry is already fighting hard against it, with the state trade group of talent agencies calling it misguided and unnecessary, because they want, and that's the quote, but I think the reason they really want this is to continue to run the corporations the way they want to without anybody stepping in and being able to get rid of people when they want to and being able to say what they want to say without prosecution. So this second, Andy's claim how the industry does not care about models this is the second Andy's claim how the industry does not care about models and workers' well-being, only the income and people's views from the outside. That's all I have this week, so be back for more next week on the background of The Devil Wears Prada and what it really means.